Today, we have an exciting story to share. It's all about how we helped Boltz Entertainment make a massive impact and secure a win at DreamHack in Atlanta. So if you're a business owner looking for actionable event strategies or just looking at how to stand out in a crowd, this episode is for you. Hey, lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Boltz. I'm an attorney and founder of Boltz Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Boltz, owner of Boltz Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the Miss in biz.
Let's get biz done. Attending events and winning awards are 2 things that can revolutionize your business. Rachel and I helped Boltz Entertainment through its video game Right Wars do both of those things, and today we're going to tell you all our secrets. When you go to an event, you want to strategize in advance, which we did with great detail leading up to DreamHack, and Right Wars won the People's Choice Award for the best indie game over thousands of potential applicants. And so
we knew we had to stand out. There were thousands upon thousands of people there. There were other people there that were trying to, other game creators there that were trying to win the award. So we wanted to make sure that we stood out and drew the right amount of attention. So that is where the strategy became crucial.
Absolutely. So to just give you an idea, DreamHack, again, is a gaming convention, and imagine just a huge hall like this. It was like here in Orlando, we have the Orlando Convention Center. So this huge room, size of Walmart or bigger, and there are booths in this entire space. So there is a separate indie section for the independent games, and then you have the other part that is for the big games that are multi-million, billion-dollar companies. So there are thousands of indie applicants who apply to be able to have a booth at DreamHack. They chose 40 indie games to be there. So Right Wars was selected as one of those 40 games. And then among those 40, one is chosen for the first place People's Choice Award. So we had to strategize both how to get people to the booth to play the game, and also how to capture their contact information so that we could follow up with them afterwards. And third, how to win this award.
So what they did is they offered a high prize giveaway, but it wasn't just any type of giveaway. It was something that specifically their target audience would find of value, which was a $900 graphics card. So this is something that every gamer would want. So it gave us immediate leverage. People that didn't even necessarily want to play the game at first were incentivized to come play because they wanted to be able to enter to win.
Yes. So to be able to be entered to win this graphics card, you could play the game and get a couple of raffle tickets to, if you voted for Right Wars as the winning award, you got a couple more raffle tickets. If you joined the Discord, which is a group of gamers that Boltz Entertainment has as like its WhatsApp channel, so to speak, or its Facebook group is kind of a parallel if you're not familiar with Discord. If you join the Discord channel, you got some more tickets. And if you wish listed the game on Steam, which is the platform where the game is purchased and played, then you got some more tickets. So people wanted to get the maximum amount of tickets and opportunity to win this amazing graphics card, and so many of them did all the things. So this was a strategy that had to be put into place before we got there. We had to think, how do we get people incentivized to want to play the game, to vote for us, and to do all the things? Well, let's get a really great prize giveaway.
Right. And so when you're thinking about things to do for your business, think about what's going to best benefit you. Is it going to be to have people follow you on Facebook, to follow you on Instagram, to leave comments for you? I've seen some events where some industries will have people leave them a review for an award. So think about those type of activities that are going to benefit you.
And also, what this did was allowed us to gather the email addresses and contact information for every person who submitted. So when they did the raffle ticket, we had a Google form that they would complete with their contact information, so we have a way to get a hold of them if they win. So he was able to increase the size of his email list significantly from all those new email addresses that he gathered from the raffle tickets.
So to make this as smooth as possible, we had printed the materials with QR codes that had links directly to the giveaway. So one of the QR codes went to his Steam page, and then from the Steam page, he could go to Discord. But you could do this literally with anything. You could create a separate link tree if you wanted to have all of your different links in place. So making the QR code really did help save a lot of time so that we weren't spending half an hour trying to get people to do all these different tasks. We could be as efficient as possible and made the process easier and helped increase our impact after the event.
Yes, and the QR codes were particularly instrumental in winning this award, because to vote for the People's Choice Award in the way that DreamHack set it up, you had to download the DreamHack app and go through a bunch of prompts to get around to the right page, and it was a lengthy process to get there. So what Rachel did was created a QR code directly to the page where Right Wars voting occurred. So it cut out multiple steps that would have deterred many other people from voting, and so our people were much more likely to vote because they could do it quicker and easier. So we essentially had 4 QR codes that we presented to them, which allowed them to do the 4 tasks to get the 4 different types of tickets to apply to the giveaway.
And it's like with anything, you want to keep the process as simple as possible because people don't have long attention spans, especially at an event like that where they're excited and they want to see what else is going on. Maybe they want to meet up with their friends. You just want to make sure that everything can go as smoothly as possible.
And I don't think, because I walked around and observed a lot of the other booths, I don't think any other booth created a QR code to allow people to vote right on the correct page. I think we're the only people that did that, and I think it dramatically affected our ability to win, because otherwise people would just say at their booth, hey, please vote for us, but then they would leave it on that person to go back and do it later, going through all those different steps, and it just, people aren't likely to do that once they leave your booth, out of sight, out of mind.
It's like when you ask people to leave you a review, right? They're like, yeah, they might have really good intentions to leave you a review, but to be truly effective, you want to provide them with the link.
Yes.
So it's the same thing here. You make sure that they do it right away, and then they have an incentive to do it as well, and then it's beneficial for everyone involved.
Do you love the Miss Biz podcast?
Because we love you.
Here's 3 things you can do to show your support.
1, write us a review. Apple or Spotify are the best platforms for reviews.
2, join us for our Friday Zoom calls at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To RSVP, go to missbiz.com homepage. Scroll down to Miss Biz Connects and click the link.
3, follow us on social media. Our handle is @MissBizPodcast.
As always, thank you for your support.
So let's talk about the event itself, DreamHack Atlanta. So our team, we were ready to execute the plan with precision. And we had 2 main goals, was to maximize engagement and made sure that nobody walked by without interacting with us. So Brooke and I, we were described as gatekeepers. I'm sure there are other adjectives out there that you can use, but our job was to quite literally make sure that nobody walked by without being asked to play. In fact, sometimes we didn't even ask. We just told them, hey, you're going to play this game, because it was all about getting people involved in building that connection.
And sometimes they didn't even walk by. We went and found them. So
yes. Or like they were trying to walk by and I stood in front of them and told them they weren't allowed to cross by until they sat down and played the game. So
we had to use our best negotiating and persuasion tactics, but in comparison, so Right Wars went to another DreamHack convention earlier this year in Dallas, and Rachel and I didn't go. There was only 3 members of the team who went, which were my husband Rich, and then the programmer and the artistic design guy. So 3 introverted gaming
you can
nerds
imagine how well this
went to a gaming convention on their own. And what inevitably happened was they sat at the table and waited for people to come by and ask questions. And then they would say, hey, do you want to play the game? So in an 8-hour conference, they maybe had 20 people play the game, maybe 50 people play the game, but that was not our approach of Rachel and I. We wanted to have 6 people sitting there at the 6 computers playing this game every minute of that day. So as soon as one group was getting done with their game, we walked around and found people and said, hey, would you like to come play a game? It was that simple. We would say things like, you can win a graphics card if they hesitated. But for me, sometimes it was simple as, hey, you're at a gaming convention. Would you like to play a game? This is a new game coming out. And probably 70% of the people said yes just from that alone. And then others would ask a couple questions. But we got a lot of people willing to come try out the game. And so we had butts in those seats all day long.
Yeah, as long as you ask people, more likely than not, especially if they're in that kind of environment where they're expecting to run across whatever it is that you're doing, they're going to be likely to say yes. But having a team is absolutely crucial. So while Brooke and I were trying to get people to come play the game, we had another part of the team that was dedicated to helping attendees play the game, whether it was cheering them along or creating that high energy atmosphere. They wanted to make sure that everybody had a good experience there. Or if there weren't enough people playing the game, then they would come and pop on the game.
And there were other booths around us, and there were people just sitting there waiting for people to come by. And they probably had 5 to 10% of the people exposed to their game in that weekend as we did, because we were proactive. We were going out, we were asking people to come, not pressuring them or making them uncomfortable or trying to sell something to them.
Oh, I was making them uncomfortable for sure. in the nicest way.
Well, okay, but you got to do what you got to do. But we were not just there. I think my point is that sometimes people either go and just sit there and are too uncomfortable to go approach people or to start a conversation with people, or they send someone else on their behalf who doesn't really have the motivation or the incentive to put themselves out there and invite people to come to the booth. So it is important that you have the right personality types there. And we were even chatting as to whether it needs to be a female who's approaching people, because my husband believes that he's willing to go talk to people and invite them to play the game, but they aren't as receptive to him because he's a man as they would be to a woman. So I don't know, maybe that's true. People do commonly hire women to promote their products. And if you aren't a woman, or you happen to be a woman who's not comfortable to do those things, you can always hire someone to do it. But I think it's critical that you are there to ensure that they are actively doing it. Otherwise, you're going to have the same thing that happened with many of these booths, where the person just sat there and looked at their phone all day because they weren't proactively bringing people to the booth.
They didn't care. They didn't have an incentive to try to get people to play the game or to try to get people to vote for them, because they were just an hourly employee just sitting at that spot. So it's you definitely want to make sure that you have somebody that has the right charisma and personality, and even some tech skills if you're doing something that involves technology, to be able to handle all the different various tasks.
So we had a team of, was it 7 people?
Yes.
We had a team of 7 people, which is a lot. But this was a 3-day convention, all day for 3 days. And you may not think you have a team of 7 people available. And if you don't, it's actually okay. This was a unique event where we had to get people to play a game. So there was a lot of technology involved in getting things set up. So you could pull this off without 7 people. So here's the roles of who those 7 people were. We had my husband, Rich, who is the kind of mastermind behind Right Wars. So he's there to talk to people who have questions about the game, or give them insight into how he came up with the game, or, to talk to people particularly who might have a large following, gamers who might have a lot of followers, or people who are of significant influence in the gaming industry. He's really there to be that figurehead to speak on behalf of the game. Then you have Rachel and I, who are the hunters and gatherers. We're the find the people, bring them to the booth, get them to play the game. Then we had Eddie, who is the lead programmer of the game. His job was to basically help the people with the sign up for the giveaway. So he would take them through, here's the 4 QR codes, here's the whatever. So he was helping people with that giveaway. Then you had Ben, and his biggest job was just cleaning all the headphones and the computers in between.
He did great at that.
So he had a thing of Clorox wipes, and every time one group would rotate out, he would go wipe down all the equipment. And so that was Ben's job. Then we had my brother Jesse, who is a videographer. He actually also edits the Miss Biz podcast. So Jesse was there with his fancy camera setup, and his job was to do the exit interviews of people who played the game. Now, this was another strategy that we implemented in advance that was not done at DreamHack Dallas. And I had this idea because I thought, my husband was saying, so many people liked the game. They had so many great things to say. And I'm like, but those compliments are just gone now.
Right.
We need to be capturing those compliments and capturing the reactions of people as they're playing and after they're playing, so that we can use that for social media content to help people understand what the game is about and attract them to want to play. So this time we had our ducks in a row. Jesse came with his fancy camera setup. And then we have Bobby, who is the musical genius behind Right Wars, who was there to interview people as they were finishing the game. So that's the full roles of everyone we had there. We could have done it with a few less, like maybe Bobby could have also cleaned the clean the headphones. I mean, I don't know. We might have been able
We
to do
did
it.
kind of fill in for each other when other people were doing things or taking breaks. So it was really nice to have a big team with a wide variety of skills that if someone was eating, we could easily jump into one of those roles and assist.
And everyone was wearing their Right Wars shirt. So, and it also gave a perception that we're a major outfit, that we're a major team. If you have a good group of people there, then when you walk in with all your stuff and your people, you look like you are important, like you've got something impressive. So the other thing about the video, though, that I didn't initially realize, we brought the video so that we could capture the content for social media, but the other benefit was the perception it gave passerbyers of what was going on over there.
Oh yeah, they wanted to play because they wanted to see what all this hype was about.
Some of them wanted to be interviewed. They wanted to have their face out there. They wanted to have that they're trying to build their name and reputation as a gamer as well. So being interviewed by a game is and being posted on their social media is valuable to them. So and it just, Rachel and I put on, like, we started interviewing each other. We stood in the hallway and I was interviewing her and, asking her questions about the game and things like that. And people would come circle around us thinking that we were a big deal.
Yeah.
And then when they came over, we'd be like, okay, hi, who are you? Who are you with? And actually one of the biggest named people who ended up coming to the booth later was from that interaction. They had come to observe us while we were interviewing each other, and we said, hey, come to the booth. And they said, well, we have to be somewhere right now, but we'll come back. And they did come back.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Meet our expert team at Miss Biz.
Whether you need help with business strategy, brand development, or digital marketing, we have a personalized one-on-one coaching program just for you.
And if you're looking for something more budget-friendly, our group coaching services offer incredible value and the chance to learn alongside like-minded entrepreneurs.
Transform your business today. Visit missbiz.com and start your journey to success. So that was another thing. That video camera makes you look like a big deal, and people are attracted to that.
Here's the thing. You don't want to blend in. You want to stand out. So you need to come up with some method that's really going to create that high impact so that you can create as many shared experiences as possible, right? Obviously with DreamHack, we wanted to win, but it wasn't necessarily about winning. It was about trying to connect with each and every person that was within a certain amount of feet from us. And because if we were in visual distance, we wanted to be able to connect with them and interact with them. And
sorry, go ahead.
that's okay.
It was about winning for me. Maybe not for you, and Rich too. Like we were definitely set on winning this because of the long-term impact. If you win, they give you not just a little trophy, but also a what do they call those things? Seal or symbol, like I don't know. It's like a little logo type thing that says you're a winner. And then you can put that on your video game page. So when people are scrolling through options looking for things to play, when they see this little logo or seal that says you won the People's Choice Award of DreamHack, they're going to be like, okay, let me check this thing out. So winning the award was important to me for that reason, because it creates the perception again that this is a really high quality game that people are going to be more interested in checking out.
Yeah. And we have actually stayed in contact with some people that we've met. They followed us on social media. We've been sending them email updates via email marketing campaigns. Some of them are big fans of the game and will even comment on our personal pages that have nothing to do with DreamHack, just because they had such a good experience with us at DreamHack.
So a couple of the things to follow up on that is, while we were there, when we did the exit interviews, we asked each person who we interviewed, are you a streamer yourself? And I'd say almost all of them were streamers of some sort with varying audiences. And so I'd say, what is your stream name? And the way I would ask the question, because I did some of the interviews as well, is I would say, what brought you to DreamHack? And they would say, well, I came because I'm a streamer and I wanted to check out new games or whatever it is. And then, oh, you're a streamer. What's your stream name? How can people find you? So they would say their stream name. And then when we come back home, we're looking them all up and following them, yes, and liking them and tagging them and building this relationship and commenting on their page and on their posts to now make them feel as though we value them and their content, and they in turn are commenting about their great experience playing Right Wars. So we have created a community of people who played Right Wars at DreamHack. And had we not gotten their screen name information, because this is different, when they signed up for the giveaway, they put their real names and their real email addresses. We would have no way of finding them on social media with their real names, because they use, Mario Brothers 567. Yeah. They've got all these different screen names. So by interviewing them and asking them their screen name, we now have the ability to connect with them on social media in a much more impactful way, because these people are on social media all the time. So it's allowing Right Wars to get a greater reach through getting these people's screen names.
So whether you're planning a booth at an event, you're hosting an event, or you're just looking for ways to engage your audience, here are key takeaways from our experience at DreamHack Atlanta. Giveaways. They are powerful, but they need to be strategic. Don't just give something away. Create multiple touch points for your audience to engage with you.
One more thing about the giveaway too is that the winner of the giveaway is being drawn and posted on the Right Wars Discord channel. So the importance of that is that people join the Discord channel to get their raffle tickets, but then what's to keep them from just unfollowing it tomorrow? Well, they're not going to find out if they're the winner because it's going to be announced first on the Discord page. If they don't respond, we'll have their email address, of course, but when we say to them, hey, the winner is going to be announced on the Discord page, now that incentivizes them to stay on there at least for the week or two until the drawing occurs, and then maybe they unfollow after that. But hopefully, because they've been on the page for a couple weeks, they will come to like it and stick around.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with Instagram. If you're not in the gaming industry, you can have people follow you on Instagram and even do like a Instagram live type of thing to make the announcement. You know we're all about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case.
At Boltz Legal, we are all about your case. Text or call to schedule a free consultation for all your legal needs. BoltzLegal.com.
The other key takeaway for business owners is your team. Your team is your biggest asset. So you're going to want to make sure that you assign clear roles to ensure that everyone is working together and effectively to achieve that goal.
Yes. The other thing that is good about the way that DreamHack was implemented is a lot of times people have a giveaway for every person. A little air freshener. I use that because Boltz Legal, we give away a lot of air fresheners. An air freshener, for example. So you have all these hundreds of air fresheners you're bringing, and then you're giving one away to every person. In this case, we opted not to do that because we didn't think the value of them just going away with an air freshener would be as high as, and they wouldn't be signing up for anything, and it was just an added expense that we thought we could do without. So, but that's something common that a lot of people do at events, is have little giveaways that each one is inexpensive, but in total it can be very expensive. And so you just weigh the pros and cons of, is it better to have something in hand with every person that they might keep or they might throw away? Or is it better to have the hope of winning this giveaway, but you're getting all of this information from them? Pros and cons, and you could do both potentially as well, but we opted to just do the one big giveaway, save the money of the smaller giveaways, and it worked out well for this event.
The other big tip is to capture content, whether it's video, interviews. The content that you create at the event can fuel your marketing for months afterwards. So even though we had Jessie there who was using the professional video camera, I was still taking video of people as they were playing of the event. I was tagging DreamHack, and I was posting them the days that we were there, just to help create a buzz and not have to wait weeks after the event to have some content up.
Yes, that's exactly right. And that was very valuable of what you did, because she's right. The content that Jessie was creating it took hours just to upload that information to a computer, let alone edit it and put it into usable content. So her just being able to do it on her phone quickly showed people that we were there, showed our audience that we were there. I did a little live on Facebook and Instagram as well. So just showing our audience that we are out at DreamHack, we're doing something, and then the more detailed stuff comes later after we get the professional quality content edited and uploaded. But yeah, capturing that. If it's not videoed, it didn't happen.
Right.
That's the world of social media. So you want to capture the content. I would say between these 3 days and all the interviews we did, we probably have a year's worth of video content that could be used for social media of all these people who played the game. And these aren't just, nobodies who played the game. These are gamers who have followings and audiences of their own. So when we tag them, they're very likely to reshare it with their audiences. So this particular video content was just super, super valuable.
The other thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you make it as simple as possible. Have those QR codes ready in advance. Simplify any entry systems. If you want them to use a Google form, have a tablet and have it up ready to go for them. So all they have to do is enter in the information. And just those simplified processes can make all the difference.
Now, sometimes you go to events where there's not an award. Most of the events I go to, there's no award. But my goal, you need to have a goal in mind. You never want to go to an event and just be there and see what happens. You have to have a goal. So my goal ordinarily as a law firm, there's not anything people can vote for me. There's not anything that they can't hire me right then and there. I don't have a product that I'm selling that I want to sell to them right there. So my goal is just to get their contact information, get their email address so that I can build my email list. So I will do the same type of thing in terms of a giveaway or something like that is appealing enough that they'll give me their contact information or their business card or whatever, and then they're entered to win that prize. But sometimes it's as simple as that, but you need to have a call to action. You need to have a goal and a plan and a strategy, even if it's just gathering names and email addresses.
Yep. Build your social media, do anything that you can to stay connected with your audience after the event, because sometimes it takes multiple touch points for somebody to want to do business with you. So having them as your followers, emailing them, communicating with them is going to be key to establishing that rapport and potentially having them do business with you.
And that just reminded me that I can have an additional call to action that I could add easily is to follow our social media pages for Miss Biz and for Boltz Legal. If you want to, you get one ticket for giving us your email, you get another ticket for liking us on Facebook, another for liking us on TikTok, whatever. It's, you can do that same strategy of giving more tickets for doing more calls to action.
So that's it. That's how we helped Boltz Entertainment win DreamHack in Atlanta. It was an exciting journey, and it really showed us that just with planning and teamwork and proper execution, you can really accomplish a lot. So if you're ready to level up your next event or just looking for ideas to build stronger connections, these strategies are going to make a big difference. We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltzlegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltzmedia.com. Let's get biz done.